Do you know, I was just about to turn this on, and then this orb just floated around. I didn't catch it. Still, it was unusual. Okay, so this video, people have asked me about why I keep talking about manifesting. What do I mean? And it reminds me that there's a lot of people that still aren't on the same wavelength. But then there's so much being integrated into our world about this that it's making it easier, from children's programs all the way through. And so, I mean, I'm not a teacher or anything. I am just, luckily, because I was forced to be from a young age, myself. And myself, not books or masters or anything else, taught me a lot, because I had no one else to listen to. Because when I was young, being transgender, no one wanted anything to do with me. Thankfully. Which I'm so grateful for, because I could only get answers from myself. And I took the leap of faith and believed in myself enough. Because now it's common knowledge and common philosophy to understand that, and if you don't know this already, what you focus on, what you believe, if you believe you have something already, then down the timeline continuum, or there in the future, it's being created as you believe it. And that we are moving into the field of possibilities, which is aligned to what you believe. I don't want to get technical or complicated, so I'm going to be as simple and as plain spoken as I can, which isn't difficult, because you know, Olivia being blonde and all. And it's easy, but it's not as easy to put into practice, because we get in our way. Our fears get in our way. The lessons we've learned from school about the material universe being concrete, and that we're just a biological machine, and it's so robbing and so damaging. But maybe, you know, as everything else, it had to be to bring us to this moment. The same as like coming to near destruction. It's what it's taken the universe to get us to take any consideration for our environment. So when you focus back on something, and this is talked about by so many masters and so many gurus and what have you, it's, you know, I'm not trying to claim this as my own. It doesn't belong to them. It doesn't belong to anyone. It's a natural ability of humanity to be able to create. And most of us knew that as a child. We would be focusing on like trying to move things with our mind as children, trying to make things happen if we wished hard enough. Because on the next plane of reality, matter will matter. The environment is mutable. So the environment on the next plane where we come from is mutable. What you think bends and changes the environment, like a dreamscape. This reality is denser and it's more stable, and learning the laws. It's been a long journey for humanity to learn the laws of physics here, and how we can mechanically manipulate this environment physically. And there's planes below and above, and yeah, connected and multiverse. It's lateral. It's not linear. It's not parallel. It's lateral. Like floating in the middle of a swimming pool or something. Halfway down. It's all around. So this field that we are all manifest from communicates with us. We take in information from our environment and communicate back to the field, which in turn creates a reality down through us like a lens, and we have our reality, and then we transfer information back. People say life is like, the universe is like a computer. No. The computer is like the universe. Our observations of the universe have enabled us to create computers. Not the other way. Doesn't mean that there's a ZX spectrum somewhere with like someone running a tape backwards and forwards with your life on it. It just means that certain mechanics of the universe enable you to observe them and then create structures that work like a computer, and then you can see the comparison with things externally. Same with geometry, sacred geometry. Doesn't mean God got a ruler out and started ruling lines and shapes and everything, but the construct of the universe allows us to observe it, and then on a microscopic, micro level, enables us to mimic what is naturally happening within the laws of this material plane. And that's getting complicated, but it's very easy. What you believe, you create. What you believe, you create. And if you really think about it just for 1 second, you'll find there's all these thoughts coming in and saying, oh, but they can't be true because, this can't be true because, and that is the key, to be able to turn those voices and tapes from programming from parents, school, universities, all these other people that are reinforcing the material plane as being this only existence. So it's because it's all they can observe, because it's all they're looking at. This material existence is a result of the co-creation of all things. Of course, it's implicated too because of TV, because you're taking information in, perceiving it as reality upon this plane, and what you're taking in is being communicated up to the master computer, if you want to think of it as a computer, and then processed, and then, yeah, as a whole, from all sources, it's having an influence on the manifestation as a result of this computer taking all this information in and boom. But as a part of the system, you can focus on by putting yourself into a situation and allowing the mind of space, or the self, or God to slowly align the universe, the construct, with your focus, instead of your focus going along with the construct. And that is how we manifest and create deliberately. Simple. Witchcraft, if you want to look at like modern witchcraft, Wicca, and all the way back through history works the same way, by reinforcing through a ritual and acting something out on the material plane. It's reinforcing that thought that you It makes it concrete. It's beyond belief. It's knowing that something has come into you. Because you know it's already there. You've put it there in thought form. And then you're going to now move into the place where that is. And all the time we're moving into the construct as it's being constructed. Every moment, boom, 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 boom. And it's stable to a point. And it takes time for things to manifest because this reality is denser and more stable. Stable. So that is probably too complicated for people who don't know anything about us. But I promise you it works. And if you look at the Bible, all these religions are all saying the same thing. And I know there's a huge defense happening here that Satan is taking over the world. Well, let's clarify something. Saturn represents dualism. It represents living on the material plane as a separate entity, and how being cut off from the whole or from God. And of course, these people that have, and there was an orb there, I don't know if you saw that. There's people in the past who have capitalized on this. The Egyptians knew how the universe worked. And you don't have slaves if everyone's enlightened. You don't have them. Because you're manifesting stuff and then people are over there busy making it to bring that into the future event. Because it is, quite a solid reality. And it relies, enlightened manifesting relies on other people's cooperation. So the more you keep people in the dark and ignorance, the more you can manifest. Because, I'm going to have a new bad company. Well, some poor Joe Bloggs down the road is going to have to make that. And then someone else is going to have to put it in the truck and deliver it to my door. And then I can get somebody to bring it in for me. So it's not, lots of people don't want you to know this, but it's now mainstream and it's been seen as, and it's trying to be discredited by so many people, but even Jesus said that man can move mountains just on faith alone. So we are able to, as in a dream, especially a waking dream, a lucid dream, how you can learn to focus in the dream if you are awake in it and create on that plane. You can do that here too. It just takes a little longer, and because it's such a dense reality that we're in, it takes more effort to concentrate, and this is full of distractions here. We're in a plane where we want to cling to things because things are stable. The cup, cling, solid. It reinforces the belief structures that we've been fed for eons. Magic outlawed. The Bible originally did not say don't suffer a witch to live. It was changed to that when King James had the translations done. So I can't remember what it did say, but it was nothing to do with witches. Very, very amazing how all of this is coming out now. It's coming out. And YouTube, TV, children's programs is full of it. People say it's Satan trying to rule the universe. I see it as the self, or God revealing itself and showing you. And people say too, to say that you're God or to want to be God, it's not about wanting to be God. It's saying that God is you. In fact, it's sacrificial of yourself to submit your will to this inner will, which is God, or the self, or the whole. So then it leaves the only sin, the only real sin, is to not be yourself. Because if God has created and is constantly creating you, and you're not listening to you, or you're not being yourself, then you've got no faith in yourself or God, however you perceive it. And B, that's where all the insecurities start to come in and all the problems start to happen. So if you're new to this manifesting, or if you're new to metaphysics of it, and you want to explore it more, then maybe Abraham Hicks is a very clear, easy to understand lady to listen to, Esther Hicks. But if you type in Abraham Hicks, then you'll find this wonderful woman. He explains what is now known as the law of attraction, but it goes much deeper than that. It's the basis for all magic, and it's not at all complicated. It's very, very simple. What you believe, you create, and not just on a physical level, on a metaphysical. Okay, so I hope that clarifies for all these people that have asked me, what are you talking about? And I'm really not the best person to, my mind it works laterally. Information's coming from all angles, and I've got to try and sort it out and quickly put it into a sentence. Whereas lots of people can explain this in a much better way. But for the people who have asked me, I hope that explains where I'm coming from when I'm referring to metaphysics and manifesting my reality. In the end, it's very difficult for some people to take that responsibility, because we're so used to looking at other people and wanting to, or other situations, and wanting to blame them, mainly because we had the full understanding of what happens as we move through this material plane. We've had that taken away from us for whatever reason. Don't forget, everything is the self. Everything in creation has had an effect which brings around change, which leads us all blah 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 to this moment of life and awareness. And the Christians, Christianity has been right for the Christians at that moment, for those people, same as Buddhism, same as all of these masters. And the fear of hell put into people has been a great tool. It's motivated people and kept people striving to look, to find, to look within, to create. All of these things have had to happen, but something's changed. And we are now regaining the understanding of how we truly create by what we think. And the greatest thing of all is to watch your thinking all day. Start to focus on what you're thinking. What am I thinking now? What's that thought that's just jumped in now? Yeah. You can't do this. That's impossible. This can't happen because blah, 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 blah. Turn it off. Put yourself where you want to go in your mind. Picture it. Feel it. When I moved here, I had no way of getting a house in Bulgaria. But I was already starting to manifest more consciously. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to do this purely in a metaphysical way. And I started to watch a video of a house I wanted, and I would walk around in my mind in the house. I already had it. And then voila, a year later, it wasn't even a year, it was a 5-year plan. 1 year later, I'm in my house. And it's 1 minute, sorry. Come here, naughty little kitten. And respecting that all parts of the self, are little manifestors and sacred. And are sacred, and everything you do has an effect on this field. Every thought you have, every action you take has an effect on the field. So we must respect all people. But that can only truly happen when we respect ourselves. And there's lots of Orby things floating around my house today. And there's lots of kittens. Look. Meow. Bianca. Bianca. That's her name. Okay, ciao from Bulgaria. I hope that it sort of helps to clarify. Oh, I keep talking about manifestation. Did I get to the point that I got the house in a few months? I think I did. The cat's knocking plants over. Okay, ciao. Good luck on creating your reality. And I'll tell you, if you give it a go, just like a week, 2 weeks, just focus. Instead of thinking, oh, I've got to do this, oh, I haven't got enough money, if you focus on what you want. If you focus, and don't focus that you want it, because let's say you're focusing that you haven't got it. You must focus that you have it. Check out Abraham Hicks and a few other people. You will be amazed. You will be amazed. Especially things like illness. If you're focusing on your illness, you're creating more of it. So things like this. Fixable and mutable by how you focus. Okay, I'm off that, and I've got a cat now trying to eat my passion flower vine, which has been brought in to save it from the snow. Oh, wait. Okay, ciao. I need to focus on that for a minute. Thanks for watching.